I bought this for my shifter. They delivered it. And needless to say, it is... They made it from a material it's a little bit different than what was originally in there. And it's super shiny. And I don't know if it feels like... I mean, it is flexible. But everything shows up on it. I'm going to have that in the car, and you're going to see all of that. I would have liked for it to have been a little bit more dull, like the original stuff was. So, I got some ideas, and the first one is this lid. I don't know if you can see that. To a container. And it's pretty easy to cut. It's pretty thin material, but it's similar to what the original was. It's got a dull finish on it. That's one idea. Another, this trash can. You know, again, made out of a similar plastic material. Easily cut. Nice flat surface. And it's flexible once you cut it. And I have one of these that has a bottom broken out somewhere. But I'm going to try the lid first. Now, you know, probably the ladies are screaming, why would you cut up a lid? Well, you know, the piece that I got, that was $18. $18 for that piece. Okay. I either got it from Make a Monte or Mike's Montes. I can't really, you know, and they sent me what they had listed, so, you know, I gave it a good review. But what I'm actually going to use this for is to make a template, to make me one that I want. And so I got $18 to buy one of these. $5. $5 for the whole container, and I still got the container. Yeah, so I'm going to cut up $5 to see if it works. So here we go. I did cut this already a little bit. It's not fully cut out, but I did start cutting it just to see how hard it would be. And with a simple razor knife, easy to cut. That's good for me because, and I'm going to do this. On this one, you can see where they cut it out with a machine. I don't know if you can see it, but it's, the edges are rough. It just doesn't look good. It really needed to be, if they were going to do this, they really needed to polish it up some. But it's just not going to work. And then this here, I don't really like this being that big. I'm not sure why it is that big. So I'm going to cut the hole smaller. And maybe the original did have one that was in there that large. I don't remember. But it was broken. Anyway, so, you know, I'm going to cut it smaller and we'll see there. You know, it doesn't really matter where you place it because it slides. Slides down and down. As long as there's enough to cover the travel of the shifter, that's good. That's all you need. So let's try this and see what we can do. So right now I got it cut out and I already like it better than I like this. And you know, I got to cut out the shape. I also noticed that when I had this in there, it came precariously close to popping out a few times. Now it probably wouldn't with the console cover on it, the shifter cover on it, but just being the raw mechanism there, it just didn't look like it. And it might have had something to do with this here. So I'm actually going to make it longer, and because I can always trim it down. So let's see what we can do with it. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I want to get a straight line, so I put a straight edge on it. And I'm just going to cut straight down that. and I'm just going to use this as a guide. Okay, after getting the first side cut, I went ahead and used this as a template, and I just kind of marked, I just dragged the blade down the edge of it with that to the side to get at least a line, and I put my straight edge back on and I'm going to cut it. I already like the way this material is acting and feeling better. This one even, you know, I moved it through my hand and it kind of cut my hand a little bit, so you know, be careful when you're working with this stuff. I got it cut out, but my straight edge moved on me, and so I got this little thing here. So I think I got enough material on here I can cut it out of here, but I've got to do a straight edge again. So, you know, this is the way it goes. It may not work, but you know, I got a lot of material there I can still use, but you know, it's trial and error till you get it right. Okay, so what I'm finding is this stuff is a little bit more difficult. It's easy to cut, but it's difficult to get straight. And so what I'm finding I'm having to do is I'm having to go, I was kind of going at an angle into it with the straight edge, and I found out that that's not the right procedure. The best way is to go as 90-degree angle as you can, right angle, and then come down and do it with as much force down as you can in one even, not fast but slow pull until you take it off. It just seems to, cutting the bigger pieces off works better than trying to cut small pieces off. So if you do that, you should be successful. Now I'm gonna cut the ends, and then I'm gonna cut my my center. Okay, so I got it a little shaped out there. I wanted to put the point on it. I don't know that it'll make a difference, but I got it on there, and that'll also help me orient it correctly. That'll be the front. And then the back is down here. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty. It's just needs to be functional. So I went ahead and I'm using this one as a template again. I'm going to cut out the actual size. I did think that was probably the better way to do it, because to cut a round hole, I guess I could get a piece of pipe and hammer it in there and get my my size, but they had this in here and I'm trying to figure out why. But you know, now that I'm mentioning it, maybe the hammer option isn't a bad idea. So I think I'm going to give that a try first. The pipe would have probably worked had I sharpened it, made it more like a cutting edge. I didn't want to hit on it too much because it would have just deformed it. So I went to this spade bit, and the spade bit did the trick. And then I look at these two. This one to me looks a lot better condition. The same environment. This one's all dirty, nasty, already scratched up. I mean, it'll probably polish up, but it's just too shiny. It's just too shiny, and it just collects dust and everything. This one, nothing. Look at that. Perfect. So it may be too long, but that's fine. I'm going to go test fit it. We'll see how we did. Alright, there it is. And it works great. Much better. And you see, I even think that looks better with the smaller opening than the large one. I know they probably make them for multiple applications, but before, the other one was coming to right here, and you see it's longer, and that works good. The other one, when I would pull it back, would almost come out up here. And so this is just it's a better look, it's a better fit. I wish I would have tried it to begin with. But you know, the ease and simplicity of having one already made is nice. But it did get me a template. And guys, you can make this at home. Don't spend the $18. Go out and buy a $5. Go out to your shed and steal one of your wife's totes from Walmart and take the lid off of it and make your own. Good luck.